Sorry, much lateness here. Taking care of all kinds of volleyball stuff. All right, let's start off with legs crossed again today. You can close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Hopefully you've had an awesome morning. If you haven't, don't worry about it. We're gonna make the day better. Taking a few breaths in and out. If you want, you can place your hands palms up on your knees. Let your elbows kind of lay heavy. Pull those shoulders down from your ears. While we're kind of relaxed here, just working on opening up the front of the body, so allow your chin to tuck just a little bit. Big breath in as you exhale, drop your ear over one shoulder. Inhale, move that head through the center. Exhale, drop your ear to the other shoulder. Again, breathing in. As you breathe out, drop that ear down. One more time, inhale. And as you breathe out, drop that ear over your shoulder. All right, good. Return your head to neutral. Walk the hands forward and relax your low back. Tissue. Tissue. Bye. See you tomorrow. Okay, nice and easy. We're going to take those hands, kind of walk them off toward the side. You can drop your forearm down if you can reach it, and just big stretch over. Even walking those hands through the center, all the way over to the other side. Forearm on the ground, and we're stretching over. And again, we're going to walk those hands through. Take your time. If you want to rest in the middle for a second, you can. Then we're going to end up all the way over on the first side again. Forearm down, stretching over the top. One more time through. Walking those hands through the center, forearm down, and big side stretch. Pretty good. Go ahead and bring the body up. We're going to take those hands, clasp behind the back, just open towards the ceiling. If you're more mobile in the shoulders, you can take your hands and move them away from your hips. Bigger stretch through the shoulders. Awesome, and you can release those hands. Let's take the feet, you can place them both flat on the ground. We're gonna rock the knees side to side. Awesome. And then returning to the center, let's place the bottoms of the feet together. Allow those knees to roll off to the side. You can have your hands behind you. And we'll have this feeling rather than rounding the back, we'll try to lift the belly button, kind of roll the pelvis forward. Big stretch through the insides of your thighs. So we're lifting that belly button. And then we're going to take those hands. You can grab hold of your feet or send them out in front of you. A little fold forward. Couple more deep breaths. All right, we'll inhale up. Let's leave a leg in, other leg out to the side. So doing our sideways figure 4 today. And we're gonna fold over between the front of those knees. Allowing that leg to stay long. You might feel a big stretch here inside of that thigh. We'll inhale to come up. Let's plant one leg behind us, hand on the thigh. Little twist for a couple of breaths. And then inhaling, twist through the center, send those hands down toward that straight leg. Two more big breaths. Okay, then we're gonna inhale to bring it on up. Let's keep this leg bent the way that it is. With that straight leg, we're gonna pull in. So let's make a 90-90 shape. So you'll wanna move that front leg a little further away from you. Let's just settle down here for a sec. So maybe move that leg further away so that you can sit up nice and straight. Sinking those hips toward the floor. We're going to take those hands in front of the front leg. You can start to lower it down. And if your lower back and your hips start to relax, you can stretch down further. Two more breaths. Okay, then we're gonna come on up. Let's place an arm behind us. One more twist. So hand here on the top, twisting away from those legs. Turn and look behind you. Very good. We're gonna turn back to the front. Give your legs a little movement, whatever. You can shake your legs out if you need to. We're gonna meet together in a figure 4 on the other side. So when you're ready, you'll have a leg go out this way. Other foot will be in toward the center. Okay, and we're gonna start off with stretching between those knees. So stretching down. Still trying to keep those hips nice and heavy. We're going to inhale to come up. Let's place an arm behind us, other hand on top of the thigh. Easy twist away. And we're going to turn back in the direction of that extended leg. Both hands are reaching out. Trying to relax through those shoulders while you're here. Letting your body feel nice and heavy on the upper half. One more big breath in. On the exhale, you can come on up. And we're going to do the same thing, turning this into a 90-90. That leg comes out. Back leg is going to pull in. And you're moving so that front leg is straight off in front of you, but turned in slightly. So let's take a second just to settle in here. If your back knee needs to move out so you can sit a little straighter, go ahead and make that adjustment. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And same thing, hands are going to go in front of you. Easy forward fold. And just stopping where you need to. Working out the sticky points. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, we're going to come on up from the floor, and then we've got one more twist. So hand on top of your thigh, other hand behind you, and twisting away from those legs. Big stretch through the sides of your waist. Two more big breaths. All right, you can turn back to the front. If you need to wiggle the hips out again, you can. And before we continue on, we're going to take a second and just massage through the feet, mostly because I need it. Into the arches of your feet, behind the toes if you need it. All right, so we're going to go on to hands and knees. And we're going to start with curling the toes under, so stretching out through the feet. So toes underneath the bottoms of your heels, and just a few glides forward and back. Stretching out those toes, loosening up the shoulders. Moving your weight back as far as is comfortable. And then moving forward to stretch out through the wrists and the shoulders. Awesome. Coming back to the center, we're going to place those hands underneath the shoulders again. Another little side stretch here. Big breath in. Exhale, send a leg out. Just holding for a moment, nice and strong in your lower abs. Crossing over to the outside of your mat and turn the head and look. Very good. You can pull that leg back in. Go ahead and place it down on the mat. Again, big breath in. Exhale. Send that leg out nice and straight. Then crossing that leg over outside of your mat, turning to look. Very good. You can bring that foot back in. Pull your knees out a little bit wider, toes together. We're going to take one hand, turn and stretch it toward the ceiling. Big turn to the side, keeping those shoulders held down. And then we're going to thread that hand underneath, lowering the shoulder toward the mat, little twist. Trying to allow that shoulder blade to move away from the spine. So big stretch of that arm. Okay, then we're going to inhale. Let's bring that hand up, place it down on the mat again. Other hand's going to stretch up toward the ceiling. So big turn to the side, palms facing forward. A couple breaths here. And then same thing, threading that hand through, turning to the side. You can lower your shoulder toward the mat. Couple of breaths. Make sure to keep that chest facing to the side. Try not to collapse on your own arm. Okay, let's inhale, draw that hand up. Place both hands down in front of you, nice and wide. Set those hips back and relax through the shoulders. Remember, you can change the position of your arms as you'd like if you have any issues in the shoulders or if you need to stretch differently. Give this 2 more breaths. All right, so we're gonna come on up. When you're ready, pull your knee in. We're gonna put your other leg in front of you on the mat. So spread out those toes, stretch that leg forward. You can settle your hands down and just stretch the hips forward nice and passively for a second. Remember, if you ever get any pinching in the wrist, if this is too much pressure, just move your hands forward a little bit, and sometimes that'll take the pressure off the wrists. So shoulders are held down. If your back knee is bugging you, you can fold your mat over. Two more breaths. Now we're going to do a little bit of a toughie. Try to bring those hands off the floor and see if you can hold that shape. If not, just move your front foot back a little bit. Come up and keep those hips forward. So try to lift your chest. Keeping that weight in front of your back knee. One more breath in. We're gonna exhale, lower those hands down. You can send that leg back, wiggle the hips out. Whole bunch of stretching. Okay, and we're gonna repeat on the other side. So other leg comes forward. Once again, settling those hands down inside your foot. Sinking that back knee. Keep those shoulders down from your ears. One more breath in. On the exhale, we're going to try the same thing. We're going to come up off of the mat. Keep your weight as far forward as you can. If you need to, you can pull that front foot back a little bit. Try to lift the chest. One more breath in. Exhale, you can lower those hands down. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and settle down on the mat, kind of compromising on time here because we were a little late. You can either be on your belly or on your back. On your belly, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on the back, or you can just flip over on your back. Let's take these last couple minutes just to breathe and relax. We can stay here for one more minute. As you decide you're finished for today, you can wiggle around and sit on up. Online folks, thanks for coming. We'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be on time next time.